Ian Leslie, Curious, the desire to know and why your future depends on it. Dive into the fascinating world of curiosity with Ian Leslie's book, Curious, the desire to know and why your future depends on it. This summary explores the nature of curiosity, the role of information gaps in piquing our interest, and how different types of curiosity can impact learning and exploration. As you immerse yourself in the summary, discover how curiosity can contribute to success in life, how the internet affects our innate desire to know, and the connection between knowledge and creativity. Finally, learn about the importance of balancing specialization and generalization in the pursuit of knowledge and adopting a curious mindset to make the seemingly mundane become remarkably interesting.
Unraveling the curiosity puzzle. Curiosity is stirred by the desire to fill information gaps, the missing pieces in a puzzle. Whether it's a murder mystery or an unexpected event, we are captivated when we notice something incomplete that we yearn to understand. Storytellers exploit this principle to keep us engaged, revealing some information while withholding other crucial details. However, curiosity isn't triggered in a knowledge vacuum, it emerges when we can bridge existing knowledge with unknown, yet intriguing tidbits. Our curiosity is piqued by things as varied as an unexpected advertisement, a murder mystery, or an apple falling from a tree. Psychologist George Lowenstein explains that at the heart of curiosity is the attempt to bridge information gaps, the missing pieces in a mental puzzle. We become eager to learn when we realize that our knowledge is incomplete. Thrilling stories, for instance, introduce a piece of information, such as a murder, while leaving critical details concealed. This information gap keeps us hooked, as we eagerly await the resolution. Storytellers wield this principle with great effect, creating and closing gaps to keep us captivated. However, curiosity isn't kindled by a mere absence of information. It requires an existing base of knowledge on which to build. A gap can only exist between what we currently know and what we desire to discover. For example, without any background in classical music, hearing about a riveting concert won't pique your interest. But if you learn that the composer is linked to your favorite film or hails from your hometown, curiosity comes alive. Harnessing curiosity's dual nature. Curiosity comes in two forms, diversive and epistemic. Diversive curiosity is the impulsive drive for something new and exciting, often leading to distractions like endless scrolling on social media. In contrast, epistemic curiosity is a deep, intentional desire for knowledge, requiring dedication and focus. Balancing both forms is essential for engaging and effective learning experiences. Curiosity has sparked incredible human achievements, such as landing on the moon, yet it also leads us down rabbit holes of time-wasting activities on our devices. This duality stems from the two types of curiosity, diversive and epistemic. Diversive curiosity is the itch for new experiences and unexpected discoveries. It entices us to take the first step towards exploring a new subject or diving into a fascinating article. However, this curiosity can also be impulsive, shallow, and challenging to control. Picture yourself being lured into watching hours of cat videos on YouTube, instead of the much-needed rest your body craves. On the flip side, epistemic curiosity is the longing to truly understand and gain new insights. This deeper form of curiosity demands a considerable amount of self-discipline, effort, and focus. Think of eminent figures, such as Charles Darwin, whose thirst for knowledge led him to spend 8 years researching a single barnacle species he encountered during his South American journey. The key to reaping curiosity's benefits lies in striking the right balance between these two forms. Diversive curiosity serves as a catalyst, introducing you to intriguing topics and broad concepts. Following that, you must channel your epistemic curiosity to delve further, accumulate specialized knowledge, and resist the siren call of distractions. In a world increasingly filled with information, embracing both diversive and epistemic curiosity enables you to learn effectively and make the most of your time, harnessing the full potential of curiosity's dual nature. Nurturing curiosity for life. We are all born with a natural curiosity, as evidenced by young children who ask hundreds of questions daily. Maintaining an inquisitive mind throughout life depends on our early surroundings and experiences. As we grow older, we accumulate knowledge and become complacent, which may hinder our quest for learning. Encouraging and nurturing curiosity from a young age can help prevent this stagnation of intellect. Babies and small children are known for their insatiable curiosity and boundless enthusiasm to explore the world around them. We're all born with an innate drive to learn and understand, and this natural inclination keeps young minds engaged and questioning. In fact, children between 3 and 5 years old ask around 300 questions per day. But what causes some individuals to retain their inquisitive nature while others lose it over time? The answer lies in the experiences and environment during the early, formative years of our lives. Babies seek interaction with their surroundings by pointing at objects, expecting a response from those around them. When their curiosity is met with disinterest or silence, they become increasingly likely to suppress their natural exploratory tendencies. Research shows that children who receive engagement and positive reactions to their curiosity are more likely to extend their pointing behavior and exhibit better language and knowledge acquisition later in life. As adults, our curiosity tends to wane, reaching a saturation point where we feel we no longer have the need or capacity to learn more. Our reliance on accumulated knowledge can be useful in situations requiring automatic responses, like driving a car. However, it's important to recognize that such reliance may also make us intellectually complacent and overconfident in our current understanding, leading to the challenging of less information and perspectives. By acknowledging the importance of fostering curiosity from childhood and nurturing it throughout our lives, we can continue to grow, evolve, and keep our minds sharp. Embrace curiosity as a lifelong journey to better understand the world and yourself, and unlock the endless potential of continuous learning. The Internet's double-edged sword. The Internet holds incredible potential for learning, but its true educational significance remains largely untapped. While it can provide easy access to information on complex topics, people often spend more time on the Internet for entertainment rather than education. Consequently, the Internet also contributes to a widening gap between the intellectually curious and the incurious, with the former becoming more eager to learn and the latter becoming further disinterested in education. This growing disparity can lead to increased social divisions through the educational system, as intellectually curious students achieve higher grades, better jobs, and higher pay. Ultimately, the responsibility for one's intellectual curiosity falls on the individual, as the only person who can cultivate ignorance or curiosity is oneself. Embracing curiosity in the Internet age. While the Internet has revolutionized access to information, it has inadvertently made us overly reliant on it, weakening our memory and curiosity. This accessibility can negatively affect creativity, which depends on unexpected connections between diverse knowledge fields. To remain passionately curious, seek deeper understanding and actively explore a wide range of interests. The Internet has undeniably transformed the way we access information, opening doors to obscure subjects and instant knowledge. However, have you ever considered how this affects our learning, curiosity, and creativity? When it comes to learning, easy access to information doesn't necessarily translate to better knowledge accumulation. Spoiled by the Internet, we begin to rely on it as a crutch, forgoing the effort to store information in our memory, knowing it's just a click away. Googling and quickly accepting the first answer we find doesn't lead to knowledge internalization or long-term retention. In comparison, when we invest effort in discovery, such as visiting a library, the knowledge we gain is more likely to be permanently ingrained. Moreover, the precision of search engines like Google can hinder curiosity. Curiosity typically arises from information gaps and unanswered questions. However, the Internet's vast information expanse leaves no room for these gaps to persist, diminishing the chances for curiosity to flourish. Furthermore, Google's accuracy often prevents users from encountering previously unknown subjects, limiting the opportunity to discover new passions. This limitation is especially relevant when examining creativity, which thrives on the unexpected collision of diverse knowledge areas. For creativity to flourish, we must unearth novel connections between different fields. Creative innovators, like Apple's Steve Jobs, usually possess a broad knowledge base, spanning diverse areas such as Eastern philosophy, art, business, and poetry. All these interests eventually merged to fuel Apple's inventive projects and achievements. To counter the intellectual laziness perpetuated by technology, cultivate a proactive approach to learning and curiosity. Delve deeper in your understanding and actively explore varied interests to sustain your creativity in the age of the Internet. Nurture your question asking. Questions make our minds hungry and inquisitive, helping us uncover essential information. Not only is question asking contagious, but it also influences and predicts our chances of success in education. While adults may shy away from asking questions due to fear, busyness, or inadequate skills, history demonstrates that choosing ignorance over curiosity can result in disastrous consequences, as evidenced by the 2008 financial crisis. By practicing question asking regularly, we can prevent our minds from becoming dull. The art of asking questions is a powerful tool that ignites curiosity and fuels the quest for knowledge. Every answer we find is preceded by a question, yet this critical life skill isn't easily passed on from one person to another. Instead, one must experience the impact of articulate inquiries firsthand to grow and improve. One fascinating phenomenon is the infectious nature of question asking. Studies have shown that when parents ask their children more questions, the children also begin to form more queries. This sparks a more inquisitive outlook on life and fosters positive development. Socioeconomic differences can also influence how many questions a child might ask. Middle-class children tend to pose more curiosity-driven inquiries, specifically asking why or how, compared to their working-class counterparts. This gap is evident from as early as 2 years old, contributing to the higher educational success of the middle-class children. As we transition into adulthood, our tendency to ask questions sometimes falters. Fear of appearing unintelligent or an inability to identify relevant questions can prevent us from seeking answers. Sadly, the result of prioritizing convenience over curiosity can lead to severe consequences. Take the 2008 financial crisis, for example. Bankers were so busy reaping profits that they failed to question the risks, ultimately causing a disastrous economic meltdown. With this important lesson in mind, we must remind ourselves that asking questions is an invaluable skill that should be nurtured and honed continuously throughout our lives. Never stop nurturing your curiosity and the desire to ask questions, for they are the key to ever-expanding knowledge. Knowledge fuels creative minds. Knowledge and creativity aren't at odds, rather, they complement each other. A solid foundation of knowledge helps forge novel connections between ideas and thoughts, which leads to increased creativity. Like Shakespeare, who drew upon his vast knowledge of classical cultures to write his iconic plays, modern learners must accumulate a base of knowledge to spark curiosity in creative problem-solving. Although the process can be challenging for younger learners without context, it remains essential to fuel curiosity and create well-rounded, creative individuals ready to solve the world's most complex challenges. Knowledge and creativity aren't mutually exclusive, instead, they work hand in hand. To genuinely create and innovate, individuals must first obtain a foundation of knowledge, allowing for unique connections to be made between seemingly unrelated concepts. Consider the legendary playwright William Shakespeare. His classics education equipped him with extensive knowledge of ancient Greek and Latin cultures and their brilliant thinkers. Leveraging this information, Shakespeare crafted theatrical masterpieces that transcended geographic and historical boundaries, all from his humble London abode. Similarly, curiosity works in tandem with knowledge. The more we learn, the more we realize what's left to discover, spurring our curiosity to fill these knowledge gaps. Although schooling can be challenging for children lacking context and foundational understanding, it's a critical process to cultivate curiosity and hone creative minds ready to tackle life's complex issues. Specialist versus generalist dilemma. Accumulating knowledge can be approached in two ways: as a specialist, mastering an in-depth understanding of a few areas, or as a generalist, learning a bit about many diverse areas. This division traces its origins to the Greek fable of the hedgehog and the fox, where the cunning fox represents the generalist with many tactics, and the defensive hedgehog symbolizes the specialist with one core strategy. In the modern world, especially for knowledge-based careers, possessing attributes of both the specialist and the generalist is crucial for success. This hybrid proficiency empowers individuals to excel in their respective domains and navigate the intricate cross-disciplinary areas. Many renowned figures, like Charles Darwin, epitomize this amalgamation, as he combined biology with the theories of economist Thomas Malthus to establish the evolutionary theory. Curiosity creates fascination. Every year, the Boring Conference in London celebrates the seemingly mundane aspects of life, from bus routes to electric hand dryers. This event reminds us that our interest in a subject is entirely up to how we approach it. Artist Andy Warhol showcased the remarkable nature of ordinary things, like a can of soup, by turning it into iconic pop art. Boredom isn't the fault of the object, it's our perspective. By choosing to be curious and engaged, we can transform dull stories into captivating works of fiction, just like author Henry James did. Curiosity is a choice, so choose never to be bored again. The Boring Conference, held in London annually since 2010, celebrates overlooked aspects of everyday life, like bus routes and electric hand dryers. Despite the seemingly mundane subjects, attendees find entertainment and intrigue in the presentations. This event demonstrates that anything can be interesting if approached with curiosity and engagement. The ethos of the Boring Conference is reminiscent of famed artist Andy Warhol's appreciation for the ordinary. Warhol's fondness for boring things led him to turn a humble Campbell's soup can into a globally admired pop art sensation, proving there's more to everyday objects than meets the eye. To overcome boredom, it's essential to recognize that the issue is not with the object or topic at hand but our perspective on it. We can emulate literary master Henry James, who transformed simple anecdotes from his friends into intricate stories in his novels. His approach to viewing the world through the lens of interest and curiosity enabled his work to be considered among the best ever written. The key takeaway is that curiosity is a choice. We can decide how we perceive the world around us. By engaging with the seemingly mundane, we can uncover fascinating insights and never be bored again. Like the Boring Conference's exhilarating presentations, our lives can become rich and captivating through the simple act of shifting our viewpoint and choosing curiosity.
And curious, the desire to know and why your future depends on it. Ian Leslie takes readers on an enriching journey to understand the power and significance of curiosity in our lives. The book illustrates the importance of nurturing curiosity from a young age and how the internet can both help and hinder our pursuit of knowledge. By understanding the difference between diversive and epistemic curiosity, we can create a healthy balance in our learning endeavors. Furthermore, embracing both specialized and generalized knowledge can lead to innovation and creative thinking. Adopting a curious mindset can turn even the most ordinary experiences into extraordinary ones, ultimately enriching our lives and shaping our future.